What's good, y'all? This is your boy, Mr. Pound for Pound himself. I'm back in the house. You know, when I'm in the house, it's definitely going down. I'm just doing a recap of the fights between Adrien Broner, Emmanuel Taylor, and Andre Berto, Steve Upshur Chambers. Just gonna get into it real quick. Really didn't care too much about these fights, although the Adrien Broner fight did turn out to be a better fight than expected. Let's get into it. Let's start with Andre Berto, man. He ups his record to 29 wins, 3 losses. You know what I'm saying? 22 of those wins coming by way of knockout with his victory over Steve Upshur Chambers, whose record goes down to 24-3-1. Berto did get the unanimous decision over 10 rounds. How did I feel about the Berto fight? It was just regular Andre Berto. I mean, I wasn't really excited. You know, to be honest with you, it was just the same Berto, and he was just lucky he wasn't in there with someone better quality because he would have got beat. Berto, to me, did not show any improvement. He's still the same come forward, short, stocky little fighter that does the same style. Not much versatility in his game. He's not really fluid. He's kind of stiff. He just reminds me of like a little running back that chose to do boxing instead of football. I'm not really impressed. You know, Steve Upshur Chambers came to fight. He did what he could do. And Andre Berto pretty much won 99-91 on all the judges' scorecards. Easy unanimous decision. Outboxed him, just outclassed him. I mean, Steve Upshur Chambers was nothing really to worry about. So Berto did his thing. I really don't have much to say about this fight. I personally think Andre Berto is going to be in the future a warm-up for somebody great or somebody coming up the ranks. He's just going to get, you know, blasted out there. You know, kind of how Robert Guerrero and Jesus Soto Cross did him. So, you know, I don't know where Berto's career goes from here, man. He's going to be cool to watch. I mean, to be honest with you, when he was fighting, I walked out the room a couple times. So I'm not really interested in Berto. I don't think a lot of people are anymore. I think he had a shining light when he came in, and that light's kind of dim now. I think he needs some great victories and great performances to make his stock rise again. I think he's just kind of a simplistic fighter. It is what it is when he gets in the ring, and you know what you're going to see. I think he's an easy scout. I think he's he's easy to pick apart. I mean, if you have a good jab and a good right hand, you're gonna fuck Berto up all day. If I was gonna in fight preparation to fight Berto, I'd be working on my jab all day. I'd be in the gym just jab. I'd be throwing maybe 200-300 jabs around. There'd be some rounds where I just throw only jabs on the bag. You know, he's not a hard scout. You know what I mean? Andre Berto's kind of playing his day. It is what it is. You already know what he's going to do. He's going to come forward. He's going to throw combos when he can. He's an explosive fighter, and that's it. He's not a real pure boxer. He's not a pure brawler, and he doesn't have the best chin. So I mean, I don't know. You know, Andre Berto, I wish the best for him to get as much money as he can before he gets out of this sport, because it's a brutal sport. You know, you don't want to see people get hurt at the end of the day, but you know, Andre Berto's style is just one of those that just it's just, you know what it is when you come into the ring. On to the Adrien Broner fight. I thought the Adrien Broner fight, flip side, was a really good fight. You know what I'm saying? His fight with Emmanuel Taylor. Emmanuel Taylor came to bring it. Although his record, you know, was 18-1. Now it's 18-2. Broner's record, 29-1. Emmanuel Taylor showed a really, really good showing for himself. Although Broner did get the unanimous decision. If it wasn't for that knockdown in the last round, it was a close fight. I mean, you know, I was watching with friends, and they were like, man, at round 6, 7, 8, we didn't know who was winning. I will give Broner credit. He stood in there and fought. He showed some good traits, good body movement. He did not show a Mayweather defense, I'll tell you that, because he was getting hit a lot. And had that been a power puncher, Emmanuel Taylor, he wasn't a power puncher. He's a light puncher. But had he been a power puncher, Adrien Broner would have been in trouble. So, to be honest with you, the same Adrien Broner that was in the Maidana fight was in the Emmanuel Taylor fight. It was just not Maidana. It was Emmanuel Taylor. Had that been a Maidana or even a Matisse, which is the fight they're talking about next, I don't know, man. Broner is very hittable. He claims to be Mayweather's little brother, and he tries to emulate his style, but he's nowhere near that. He's very hittable. He's way more hittable than Mayweather. Actually, for his speed and his body frame, he's not the fastest mobile guy. He doesn't have the best footwork. He kind of likes to just stand there in the pocket, talk shit, and bang with you. That's only going to work so long. You know, that's only going to work so long. And to be honest with you, against Mexican fighters, Latino fighters, it's not a good style to have, to stand in the pocket, especially when you're Adrien Broner. Broner doesn't have the best of chins. We've seen this already. He has a decent chin against light punchers like Emmanuel Taylor. But we saw what happened with Marcos Maidana. He got bullied all around the ring, beat down. So in the future, when he fights other power punchers, I don't know if that style is going to fit him well. There's a lot of times where he was up against the ropes, probably taking advantage of Emmanuel Taylor's lack of power. But I don't think he can do that style with everybody. It was a great fight. It was an entertaining fight. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. And give props to Emmanuel Taylor. I mean, that dude brought it. You know what I'm saying? He brought it. He stood in there. He threw some good combinations. He was boxing well. He did what he could do. Unfortunately, he didn't have the speed or the reflexes or the punching power to be able to deal with Adrien Broner. Adrien Broner had the intangibles that Emmanuel Taylor just didn't have. Adrien Broner, more athletic, more speedy, better reaction timing, more cagey. Adrien Broner wins the day. You know what I'm saying? Won the fight in my eyes easy. At one point, like I said, there was a close fight, but, you know, he won the fight pretty easy. You know, as far as what the future holds for Broner, I want to see some big fights. This was a well-deserved, you know, tune-up after the beatdown he took from Marcos Maidana. He's had the Molina fight, now Taylor. I believe now it's time to step it up. You know, I'd like to see him in there with either Danny Garcia or Matisse. I think those would be good fights, good tests. Do I think Broner is going to reach the heights of a Mayweather? Hell no. I think Broner right now is just a big mouth. He's a shining star that's going to crash hard. I just don't see the greatness that Broner sees in himself. And, you know, I don't know, man. I just really don't know how far his career is going to go. Like I said, I thought when I was watching the fight, I was thinking he was going to beat Emmanuel Taylor a lot easier. You know, I thought he'd ice him out under 6 rounds. Especially because he didn't have, you know, Taylor didn't have the X factor of punching power. But even then, he still couldn't ice him out. So that says a lot about Taylor, and it also says a lot about Adrien Broner. So we'll see what his future holds. You know what I'm saying? When he fights more power punchers, we need to see if he's durable and can withstand the fury that we've seen him crumble under before. This is your boy, Mr. Pound for Pound. Y'all go ahead and get at me in the comment section. Tell me what you think. Am I wrong about these guys? Am I right about these guys? I personally, I've watched a lot of boxing, and I know that I'm right. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. We'll see what happens with these guys. This is your boy, Mr. Pound for Pound. I'm up out of here.